Welcome back, folks. If you like cool cars like this one, lots of chrome and engines that roar, you are in luck.
There's a new program that features sweet cars just like the one behind us. It's called Tail Fins and Chrome. Here's a sneak peek.
In 1974, the Daytona Beach National Street Rods Association met at a small hotel next to the beach. There were about 40 cars. 35 years later, there's over 5,000 cars that fill the Daytona Speedway infield. Let's check out the Daytona Turkey Run. This event runs the entire Thanksgiving weekend, which is a good thing because you need all 4 days to see everything. Right off the bat, I found a guy who made some interesting modifications to his 1968 Mercury Cougar.
There are a lot of people out there who love their cars. Jamie Jacobs is here. He is the host of Tail Fins and Chrome, and the show will appeal to not only car buffs, but just about anyone, right, Jamie?
It really does offer something for everybody. I mean, it takes you back to the good old days, if you will. You know, it gives you 30 minutes of just sitting back, forgetting about today, and going back to yesteryear and seeing cars like this. And
what a beauty this one is.
Oh, my gosh. Tell us a little bit about this one.
Sure. It's a 1959 convertible Cadillac. It actually lives at the DuPont Registry Museum, and they were kind enough to let me cruise today, and afterwards, I guess we're all going to go out. So.
This was the original Mary Kay car, I understand?
We had to take the giant Mary Kay stickers off of it before we brought it in, but hey.
How's the ride?
The ride is like driving in a giant boat. You know, whenever you hit a bump, you just kind of do this. You know, even doesn't matter how big the bump is. You just kind of glide.
Before it was restored, what kind of condition was it in?
Believe it or not, this car has always been in really nice condition, just like all the cars at DuPont Registry.
Right.
This thing has just been pristine since day one. Obviously, they keep it up real nice, and actually, it's not uncommon to see this at charity events, weddings, that sort of thing.
It's a beautiful,
There's even a
beautiful
spot
car.
to sit if you're in a parade,
Which is abnormal for this particular year because it was built particularly for parades, so people could sit up here with this hard top.
That's right,
here,
do the
covering the actual convertible top.
If you had to guess, what do you think this would be worth? Just throw a number out there.
You know, it's funny. A lot of times people ask me that question, and really, at the end of the day, a car is worth what somebody will pay for it.
That's
I know
true.
that sounds kind of cliche,
No,
but
you're
it's
right.
true.
Sure.
And if you look at some of these TV shows like Bear Jackson and these car auctions, you'll see, gosh, those two guys will want this car bad enough to where it just gets astronomical.
You know, the car shows, there's so many of them out there, and yours is very unique. You have a sidekick, Dr. RPM. How did you pull this whole project together? How did it come to fruition?
Wow, it's just a passion for cars that I've had my whole life. I personally have owned classic cars my whole life. I'm a car aficionado, okay? I'm not a car expert. So we had to bring somebody on the show that knew a lot more about cars than me and could answer those tough questions. So Dr. RPM is somebody that viewers can go to our website, tailfinsandchrome.com. They can ask questions of the doctor and we can answer them for them. Or if we're at a car show and they see us filming and they see Dr. RPM, they can come over and ask questions.
When I saw this car, I had no idea what it was. I mean, obviously I know it's a car, but I didn't know what model it was. I can't look at a car like this and go, oh yeah, that's a 59 or
It's
that's
a Cadillac Fleetwood.
So
correct?
what will I get out of Tail Fins and Chrome? Somebody like me.
Okay, well, hey, it actually is the human interest side of car collecting. So I interview people about their cars, the interesting stories behind the cars. Best example, or a good example, is there's a lady. She's probably mid-50s to 60s. She goes to all these car shows, and she brings a 1932 Ford. Now, here's the cool part. It's all pink, kind of like this car, but a bunch of Harley guys built it for her.
Oh, great.
Imagine a bunch of Harley guys just doing a pink car for somebody. But she goes to all these car shows for breast cancer awareness.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So we interview people like her. We interview the father and son who spent 4 years in a garage together.
Speaking of
and
pink,
now they're at a car show.
Speaking of pink and lady in pink and pink car, why don't you hop in? You'll look good in there.
Yeah, go ahead.
Should I do it this way? Because that's the cooler way to get in
It is the cooler way.
Give the horn a honk.
I will.
Let's hear the horn.
I'll just roll in here. Oh, listen to that.
Jamie Jacobs is the host of the hot new car show, Tail Fins and Chrome. Thank you very mumuch for being here. Looking forward to seeing the show. Look for your local listings to find out where you can see the show in your area.
The keys are in it.
Uh-oh. You're going to drive it away if you're not careful. Let's throw it over to Lindsay and Sam. He's our movie man, and he's talking about Ghost Rider. Please tell me that Pierce Brosnan's not singing in this one, Sam?